Hello everyone. Today, I'll be exploring Moby-Dick, a novel that is much more than a story of a whaling expedition. Written by Herman Melville, this classic dives into themes of obsession, the power of nature, and the extremes of human ambition. At the heart of the story, we meet Ishmael, a young man who signs up for a whaling adventure. But soon, he finds himself aboard the Pequod, a ship led by the infamous Captain Ahab. Ahab is driven by one goal alone, to hunt down Moby-Dick, the giant white whale who left him maimed. This relentless pursuit transforms the journey into a psychological and spiritual battle, where survival and sanity are at stake. Through this summary, I'll take you through the highlights of each chapter, helping us understand why Moby-Dick is more than just an adventure story. It's a profound look at human nature and the consequences of a life ruled by obsession. So let's set sail and dive into this fascinating tale. Moby-Dick, a tale of obsession and the depth of humanity. Introduction. Moby-Dick is a riveting and profound novel that explores the themes of obsession, humanity, and the complex relationship between man and nature. Set against the backdrop of the 19th century whaling industry, it follows the journey of a young sailor named Ishmael. Through his eyes, we see how the quest for revenge, embodied in Captain Ahab's relentless pursuit of the white whale, consumes everything in its path. Chapters 1 to 3, The Beginning, introducing Ishmael. The story opens with Ishmael, a young man restless and seeking purpose, looking to the sea for a fresh start. He journeys to New Bedford, where he meets Queequeg, a mysterious harpooner with tattoos and customs from a foreign land. Despite Queequeg's strange ways, they form a bond that symbolizes friendship and trust. This meeting sparks the beginning of an adventure that Ishmael will never forget. Chapters 4 to 10, Setting Sail on the Pequod. Ishmael and Queequeg board the Pequod, a whaling ship commanded by the elusive Captain Ahab. On board, they meet a diverse crew from different backgrounds and beliefs, each with their own reasons for facing the dangers of the sea. The Pequod becomes a microcosm of humanity itself, showcasing the diversity and unity among people drawn together for a single, mysterious purpose. Chapters 11 to 20, Captain Ahab's Introduction. Captain Ahab makes a dramatic entrance with his ivory leg, symbolizing a man both wounded and hardened by past encounters. Gradually, it becomes clear that Ahab is singularly driven by a desire for revenge. His one goal is to hunt down Moby-Dick, the giant white whale that took his leg. This revelation unsettles the crew, as they sense the danger of following a man consumed by hatred and obsession. Chapters 21 to 40, The Search for Moby-Dick begins. The Pequod embarks on a journey across the vast seas as Ahab intensifies his search for Moby-Dick. Along the way, they encounter other whaling ships, each offering stories and warnings about the formidable whale. Ahab's obsession grows with every story, every sighting, and every sign of the elusive creature. He pulls the crew into his frenzied pursuit, making them all complicit in his revenge. Chapters 41 to 50, Ahab's madness takes over. As the journey progresses, Ahab's obsession reaches fever pitch. He is willing to risk everything, his crew, his ship, and even his own life, to find Moby-Dick. His madness isolates him from those around him, and some crew members question the wisdom of following such a leader. Here, the novel dives deep into themes of power, madness, and the fragility of human will when it's bent towards destruction. Chapters 51 to 70, Battling Nature's Forces. The Pequod faces storms, high waves, and extreme weather as it plunges deeper into unknown waters. This segment of the story highlights the raw power of nature, emphasizing that even the most determined humans are vulnerable to its forces. The sea becomes a character in its own right, representing nature's vastness and unpredictability. Through storms and hardships, Ahab's obsession pushes him forward, even as the crew begins to sense the hopelessness of his quest. Chapters 71 to 90, approaching the final encounter. As the Pequod nears the territory of Moby-Dick, tension mounts. Ahab's obsession has now consumed him entirely, and his relentless pursuit strains the crew to the breaking point. This phase of the story builds suspense, with every heartbeat echoing the dread and excitement of the final confrontation. The crew members are torn between loyalty and fear, knowing the inevitable encounter with the mighty whale will change everything. Chapters 91 to 100, Face to Face with Moby-Dick. At last, the Pequod sights Moby-Dick, the enormous, powerful white whale. This is no ordinary creature, but a symbol of the wild, unyielding power of nature. In their battle, the crew witnesses the ferocity and cunning of the whale as it resists capture. Ahab's single-minded determination and refusal to retreat reveal his descent into complete madness, as he sees Moby-Dick not merely as a whale, but as his nemesis, the embodiment of all his rage and frustration. Chapters 101 to 135, The Final Battle and Destruction. A climactic showdown unfolds between Ahab and Moby-Dick, a desperate fight between man and nature. Ahab gives everything he has, but the whale's power proves too great. In a dramatic and tragic conclusion, the whale ultimately prevails, destroying the Pequod and sealing the fate of Ahab and his crew. Ishmael, however, is left alive, floating alone at sea, bearing witness to the aftermath of Ahab's obsession. His survival is a testament to humanity's endurance and the insignificance of man in the face of nature's forces. Conclusion. Moby-Dick is far more than a story about a whale. It is an exploration of humanity's ambition, obsession, and the lengths to which people will go to achieve their desires. Ahab's journey reveals how personal vendettas and unrestrained passion can lead to destruction. The tale of Ishmael, who survives against all odds, serves as a reminder that nature cannot be conquered and that humility is sometimes the key to survival.